I'm not enjoying this class and I really regret taking it, but I'm hanging in there. Salam guys, so I'm back. Sorry for not uploading for a while, but I am back now. I'm excited to release more videos for you guys because it is springtime and AP exams are coming up, and so are a lot of other opportunities. So I will be making more videos giving you guys academic advice and other kinds of videos as well. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, and without further ado, let's start talking about AP classes. So as an AP student, I'm currently taking 3 AP classes, which are AP Calculus BC, AP Government and Politics, and then AP Spanish. And last year I took AP US History and AP English Language and Composition. So having taken these APs during the pandemic, I feel like my learning was definitely affected by that. But still, we were able to do well on those exams last year, and I actually got a 5 on both exams. So I'm going to be talking about my experience just briefly for each class, just to give you guys some advice and also some insight on how it's been to take these classes during the pandemic. Now let's just talk about AP US History. So AP US History was a class that was notorious for having to memorize a lot. And personally, memorization is one of my skills and something that I'm good at, so history was not a problem for me. I found that AP US History was a class that was talked badly about a lot, and for good reason sometimes. My teacher was a teacher that was pretty hands-off. I felt like didn't really push us enough to prepare for the exam well. However, he was a great resource and he really enjoyed talking about history if you talked to him after class or suggested certain things to him. So my experience with that class was I really enjoyed learning about history, but I thought it didn't focus a lot on the important aspects, but it did ask a lot of good questions. For the exam, I took it last year, and that exam was basically a shortened DBQ. We had less time to take the DBQ, and we had less passages, and we had to do it online, or we had to submit a photo of our paper. So I typed my exam and I ended up getting a 5. It was a really stressful experience, but I did well, and I studied really hard for that exam, like I was going to be taking multiple choice questions, even though I didn't, and I practiced really well, and I did eventually end up getting a 5. So that was my experience with AP US History, and I'm definitely going to be talking about it a little bit more with resources and everything, because I feel like I had a lot of resources for that class that are easily accessible to a lot of people, so I'll be sharing those in future videos. Now, AP English Language and Composition. This class was absolutely amazing. I had an excellent teacher. It might not be amazing if you take it at a different school and you don't have such a great teacher, but for me it was a really insightful class. If you've ever enjoyed writing or reading, I think you should take this class because it teaches you how to write better, how to be a better writer, and how to broaden your techniques. And so this class was just absolutely amazing for me. I really enjoyed it. It was tough. It was tough. I'm not going to lie. It was really tough. My teacher held us to a really high standard, but you know, we were able to be very well prepared for the exam, which our exam was a rhetorical analysis. We had 50 minutes to basically complete it and submit, and we had 5 minutes to submit. And as you know, or as you might not know, Collegeboard basically decided for these online exams, if you didn't get them in within those 5 minutes of submission time, that your exam would not count and you would have to take it again, or you would just simply not get a grade. You would fail that basically. It's a very stressful time again, but we were very well prepared. You know, using those resources, the resources that my teacher provided me with and that the College Board provided me with in AP Classroom, that was really helpful. The third class that I'm going to be talking about is AP Government and Politics. This is a class that I'm currently taking this year. Personally, I am not enjoying this class, especially during the pandemic. I don't know if I would enjoy it more or less without the pandemic. Probably less. They also have like a crash course, government and politics, and that has been helpful as well. And there are other YouTubers out there who do great work, and they share their resources, and they're also like teaching you essentially. And I think that's kind of you know, what the whole AP classes during the pandemic is about teaching yourself and finding the right resources. Pretty much that's what you gotta do in order to succeed, in order to propel yourself and to prepare well for the exam. Unfortunate, but the reality. The fourth class is AP Spanish. Es un poco difícil. Es un poco difícil. Like, it's actually not that hard, but it is a little hard. It's just a lot of practice that goes into it, and you have to also be understanding, be able to comprehend very well, and be able to speak very well. Those are the core skills that you have to have, and it's a bit difficult to develop them virtually. Even as a higher ed student, it's still difficult to do. So it takes a lot of work. And then the last class, everyone's favorite, AP Calculus BC. It's not that tough actually, but it's a class that's hard to do well in. It's hard to do well in that class. But the ideas and the concepts themselves are not that difficult. It's just difficult to retain all that information, especially with virtual learning. It is so difficult to retain information in that class. But the concepts themselves, when looking back and reflecting, the concepts themselves are not that difficult. So I do have a lot of practice coming up, and a lot of practice for that class. And I'm thinking of doing study with me's, you guys. What are you thinking about that? I mean, I would be preparing for my 3 AP exams coming up, and I think we could have a bit of a better time if we did it together. So I will probably be doing a study with me sometime soon. Basically, I wish you guys the best of luck. What you really need to focus on is knowing the exam, knowing what to expect on test day if you choose the digital option or on paper, and also just knowing the rubrics helps you prepare better. You need to know how they're going to be scoring you in order for you to prepare well and to be able to develop the skills that they require you to meet in order to get that 5. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped, maybe if you're also navigating AP classes during the pandemic or you're thinking about taking some. I think it's important to take a step back and reflect some time, especially when we have a pandemic and we're navigating something so foreign to us, essentially. So I hope you guys enjoyed reflecting with me. I don't know, share your experiences down below. I definitely have a lot of experiences that I will go into more depth about if you're considering taking any of the classes that I have listed that I have taken or I am currently taking. Drop that in the comments down below. I'll give you my advice. Again, my advice and my experience is just mine. Yours might be entirely different, and if it is, for the most part, that's probably a good thing, and I'm glad. But again, everyone's interests are different. I hope mine helped you a little bit. See you next time, guys. Assalamu alaikum.